It looks like the dam is breaking. If you look in Democrat cities and Democrat states, even they are hearing from Democrat parents and Democrats' moms and dads and saying, we're tired of this. We're not going to do it anymore, and our kids need to have the freedom to take the mask off. It's already a two-tiered structure. Virtually the only people you see in the country wearing masks are either kids that are forced to in a public school or the people serving you in a restaurant. And it is sad. I hate the idea of seeing people all in the restaurants, all without their masks, sitting for hours, and the people, the servants, the people serving them, having to wear masks. It's unfair, it's terrible segregation, and it needs to end. It's not based on the science. The mask did not do anything to change the trajectory of this virus. The only thing that has slowed this virus down is vaccination and natural immunity, and they both work. Unless we admit that, we'll continue to think, oh my goodness, we have to vaccinate the newborns and all of these children. But you know what the science also shows? If you have a boy between the ages of 16 and 24, their risk for getting a heart inflammation from the vaccine exceeds that of the disease by about 10 to 15 fold. And what happens is every vaccine you give a young adolescent boy, the higher their risk is for this inflammation of the heart, which can kill them. So really, if it were my 15-year-old, you came to me as a physician, I would say, let's check antibodies to see if your son has already had the disease, in which case they don't need to be vaccinated. And it's probably unwise to vaccinate them. If they haven't had the disease and you really are very cautious and you don't want to risk the 1 in a million chance they could die, maybe one vaccine. But 3 vaccines, there's no science to say we should be giving 3 vaccines. In fact, it's the opposite. So colleges that are requiring this, I think, are setting themselves up for libel, because the science is very clear that kids, particularly young males, are at risk the more times you vaccinate them. One of the things that's come out of the pandemic is we spent tons of money. We just spent trillions of dollars and we don't have it. So we had to borrow that money. As we borrowed that money, then the Federal Reserve prints more money, and that money floods into the circulation and it devalues what we have. What does that mean? Higher prices.